You might think of Steve Harvey as the funny host of Family Feud, but do you know the horrifying truth that happened in his life? It will bring tears to your eyes. Watch till the end because this truth has never been told before. Steve Harvey was born in 1957 in West Virginia, USA. Today, he's known worldwide as a TV host, comedian, and motivational speaker. But his childhood story was far from easy. As a child, Steve Harvey struggled with severe stuttering. It took him a long time to complete a single word. Speaking in front of his classmates was extremely painful and embarrassing. Often, others would laugh before he even finished his sentence. As a result, his self-confidence gradually deteriorated. One day, when he was in the 6th grade, the teacher asked the class, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" Steve bravely said he wanted to work on television one day. The whole class erupted in laughter at his answer. Even the teacher dismissed his dream and mocked him. He was even punished because the teacher thought a stuttering boy could never work on TV. 1985. Steve Harvey made a decision that would either build his life or completely break it. He quit his steady job. He left behind safe income and a regular life, all for one dream, to become a comedian. The beginning was not easy. He got opportunities to perform on stage, but not every show was successful. His income was irregular. Some days he had money, some days he didn't. Gradually, his savings ran out. Bills piled up. Rent went unpaid. One day, reality hit him hard. He had no place to live. From 1986 to 1988, almost 3 years, Steve Harvey was homeless. His only address was an old Ford Tempo. At night, he would recline the car seat slightly. That was his bed. Frost on the grass in winter nights, suffocating heat in summer nights. This was his reality. Many nights, he would sit silently in the car and cry. He would ask himself, "Did I make a mistake? Would it have been better if I hadn't quit my job?" But every morning he would pick himself up again, because there was no way back, only the path forward. He would go to the gas station bathroom to wash his face, take a shower. He would feel embarrassed if someone saw him. He would change his clothes carefully so no one would realize this man had no home. Then the same man would go on stage and make people laugh. The audience would roll with laughter, but they didn't know the man making them laugh was hiding tears of his own at night. Often he had no food in his stomach, but he carried one belief in his mind. God didn't bring me here to stop me. Sitting in the car, he would dream. One day he would work on television. One day people would know his name. One day, this story of hardship would become his strength. 3 years, sleeping in a car, uncertainty, humiliation, deprivation. After fighting through all of it, finally came the moment that would change his life. 1993. Steve Harvey got the opportunity to host the popular show Showtime at the Apollo. It wasn't just a job, it was the key that opened the door to his life. The Apollo Theater stage was not easy. The audience was ruthless. If you didn't perform well, they would boo you immediately. But Steve wasn't afraid. He stood on that stage with confidence, the kind of confidence built during lonely nights in a car. His comedy came from real life. His words carried the taste of struggle. He didn't just make people laugh, he connected with them. Gradually, the audience began to accept him. His presence became strong, unique, and memorable. This was his turning point. After that, there was no looking back. He got his own TV series, The Steve Harvey Show. This show made him not just a comedian, but a familiar face in family homes. People started seeing him as one of their own. Then came another historic chapter, the Kings of Comedy Tour. With Bernie Mac, Cedric the Entertainer, and D.L. Hughley, this tour shook America. Thousands of people filled stadiums just to watch their performances. The same man who once showered in a gas station today stood under bright lights in front of thousands. 2015. Miss Universe pageant, the final stage. Millions of people around the world were watching live. Steve Harvey stood there, confident, experienced, and famous. In his hand, he held the envelope. Inside, the winner's name. He announced Miss Columbia. The stage erupted in celebration. The crown was placed. Laughter, tears, jubilation, all happening live on television. But a few minutes later, Steve's expression changed. He realized he had made a mistake. He picked up the microphone again. In front of the world, he said he announced the wrong winner. The actual winner was Miss Philippines. In an instant, joy turned into chaos. Confused, crying, shocked audience. It was one of the most awkward moments in television history. Social media exploded. Memes, mockery, harsh criticism, everything was thrown at him. Some said, this is the end of his career. This mistake is unforgivable. The man who had made thousands laugh was now the center of global ridicule. Early in his career, he had been chasing only one thing: success. Stage, shows, tours, name, fame. He focused so much on his dream that his family slowly fell behind. His first 2 marriages ended. The reason was simple: lack of time, attention, and presence. He might have thought, I'm working for them. But the reality was different. Family doesn't just want money, they want time, presence, and warmth. Gradually, distance grew between him and his children. As a father, this was one of the most painful truths of his life. He would make thousands laugh on stage, but personally, he felt emptiness. The biggest change in his life came when he married Marjorie. Steve has said in multiple interviews, Marjorie was not just his wife, she was the turning point in his life. She taught him success is not just a bank balance. Success means maintaining relationships. After this marriage, he began to reorganize the priorities of his life. He tried to rebuild his relationship with his children. The wounds of time don't heal in a day, but he never stopped trying. Gradually, those broken connections began to mend. A busy star no longer, he became a father again. He once said in a famous speech, you have to jump. You have to take the leap. He gives an example. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a cliff. A parachute is strapped to your back. Below is a deep, terrifying, uncertain drop. Now the question is, will you stay on the safe ground or will you jump? Steve says if you don't jump, your parachute will never open. In 1985, when he quit his job, that was his first big jump. Sleeping in a car, uncertainty, hunger, these were the moments of floating midair. At that time, no one knew if the parachute would open. But if he had stayed in the safe job, he might not have reached the bright TV stage. Steve says you will feel fear when you jump. You will doubt yourself. People will call you crazy. Some will laugh. But they don't know when your parachute will open. At first, the parachute might not open fully. You might get knocked around a few times, but eventually it will open completely, and then you will realize you are flying. Steve Harvey proved stuttering cannot stop you. Poverty cannot stop you. Mistakes cannot stop you. Only one thing can: giving up. If you want to be in the group that never gives up, subscribe now, because this channel is for those ready to take the leap in life.